recovered over the bank holiday? Or do we need another one? Yeah, I'm back. Cooking again, as you can tell. And I'm still using those vegetables that I got from Lidl. So, I'm quite impressed with that. That was definitely a good buy. And what I'm doing today is we're going to make something really easy and simple. So a bit tasty. Well, I hope it's going to be tasty. And, it's not mine, I know. Okay. Bit of onion there. And something a little different. All I've got in here so far is, remember I marinated some peppers in some oil. Well, obviously I ate all the peppers. And I didn't want to throw the oil out. So what I've done is the oil's gone in the pan with a little bit of butter. And I've got about half an onion and some blended up chestnut mushrooms in here. And what that's doing is, the onion, just want the onions to get nice and soft, but also mushrooms are going to take a lot of that moisture away so we don't end up with it too soggy. Right, while that softens away, put the lid on. What I've got here, alright, I've got some diced up butternut squash and potatoes. And I've actually had this in the fridge overnight. I was going to cook it yesterday, but tiredness got the better of me, and I didn't. I fell asleep. Anyway, I seasoned this up yesterday. Normally what happens when you do this with your veg is you end up with this water in the bottom. But I've mixed this with some grated carrot, and that has actually kept it rather dry. Because the carrot, obviously, remember when I chopped all my salad up, I grated the carrot up then. And it was dried out enough to pull the moisture out of the rest of the veg. So it's not going in my pan, which is brilliant. So I've just seasoned that, a little bit of chilli, paprika, salt, pepper, olive oil. And it smells great. I want some thyme. I'm also going to add a bit of meat to it, so I'll pick myself up some salami from a local Mirror market. Dice that up. I'm going to whack that in. We're also using only half a can of chopped tomatoes, and I do like these ones. Again, down my local shop. And to that, oh, these look lovely. I bought, I don't know the best way I can describe it. It's like a cross. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Right, apart from my mum bought me this wicked pan, which is just the right size and fits perfectly on my hob. I picked up this cheese down my local shop. It's called Gordon or Brazia Grill. I hope I pronounced that right. And it's sort of like, when you look at it, it's a bit like Baby Bell mixed come Dairylea, but tastes better and looks better. Well, I think it's a little bit like halloumi as well. So, thank you for joining, and thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I actually soaked this in that garlic oil that had the peppers in and fried it. And if I really wish you could smell this, I think I found a new cheese that I like. But fried, very nice. Right, let's get these potatoes on because these are nicely softened up. So as I said, I've just got some chopped up chestnut mushroom and an onion in there. And to that, I'm going to add our veg straight in. And don't forget, obviously I've put a little bit of oil on this, but wow, that's quite large, isn't it? That's quite a lot. Definitely be using this. I'm hoping you'll be using this for breakfast tomorrow. So I'll be doing something slightly different with it for breakfast. I'll still taste the same, just a few different little changes here and there. I'm going to turn that heat up. Hopefully as well, with the veg sitting overnight, it's softened it up a little bit. And I've got to say, the smells coming off are stunning. We've got in here, I've got some chili flakes, some ground coriander, a little bit of cumin. obviously salt, pepper, and some thyme. And I also threw in that potato seasoning that I've been using. And I got to say, well, chip seasoning. I think it's better when you let it cover in potato, let your potatoes cook. So I'm going to leave that to turn up. Because I'm only going to partially cook these. Because what I'm going to do to these is, after that's all, threw this everywhere. After that's all nicely warmed up and pulled through, I'm going to chuck my salami. You don't have to have salami. You can make this completely vegetarian if you want. Take the cheese out, it's completely vegan. But I fancy a bit of meat. The salami I picked up looked really good. And it's got really, again, love the smell of things. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. And what I'm, obviously you can see the size of my pan here, guys. It's rather large. Look at all that. If I don't eat all that, it's going to become breakfast tomorrow. Poached eggs on top. As we're making a tomatoey sauce to go with it, I think it's going to be quite nice. Alright, we need to let this just get, seriously, I haven't got the quickness of television where I can just go, and here's one I done earlier, because I really haven't got that. I wish I did, but it's not happening. I've got to stop picking at the salami. Really, really nice. As I said, literally guys, up to you what you put in it. I like a bit of cumin. I like it with the tomato dish that they make as well. It gives that really nice flavour. It just smells like you're cooking something really amazing in the kitchen. When really, all you got in here is butternut squash, potatoes, and some grated carrot. Oh, we forgot the onions and mushrooms, but they're bog standard anyway. And wait to get rid of this. I will not miss my induction hob. Not one bit. My plate's hot. It's up to you guys. I'm actually doing this with, I've got some sourdough I picked up the other day. Well, it's not really sourdough. They say it's sourdough, but it's not sourdough. It was from one of my local convenience store. It's not a sourdough. Anyway, it still tastes nice. I'm going to have that to get company with it, because I think I'm going to get quite a nice dippy sauce out of it. And I like dipping the bread. Tomorrow, what I'm going to do with it is we're going to obviously toast the bread. I'm going to pop that on the bottom, and we're going to pour everything on top with our little poached egg sitting on top. And hopefully that should taste just as nice, because everything will be, well, be marinated even more so. Oh, lovely. Whoop. Yeah, this is definitely, I call this my bacon pan and my sausage pan normally, because it is really good for cooking sausages and bacon in, and it just, you get, well, again on these at the moment because of the carrots, that sort of charcoal effect without it being burnt, which is really nice. Also, it may look really bad this time, but I can't believe how it comes out so clean. There's always one in a set. Smells really nice. I'm going to actually chuck my salami with that, because what I want is the fat off the salami to help cook my potatoes and my butternut squash. So we're going to chuck that in. We've got a bit more salami to be honest. God, this is massive. Never mind. What we want. Swear, I'm not trying to see that. This comes up really, really nice. I'm just going to let that meat warm up. But as I said, I'm going to be adding tomatoes to that. So you don't need to worry about the potatoes not cooking at the moment. Like normally if you're going to serve them straight off there, you want them a little bit more cooked. But as we're going to chuck the tomatoes in with it, what it's also going to do is going to clean the pan for me. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer, so I think you're a little bit far away. How's that, guys? Let's see what's going on now. I'll just pop you down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, what I'll also do is I'll clean the pan up for me as well. So what you're seeing at the moment, where this pan looks really horrendous, it's not. And I'm really liking the mixture. I actually can't tell now which are the onions and which are the mushrooms. But it's almost like you do with a casserole with your veg in that. That's basically what we're going to do with this fish. And then I'm just going to top it with this fabulous cheese that I found in the shop down the road. And I've got to be honest, tasted it before I grilled it, well before I pan fried it. Oh, pan frying it has just completely changed it. What an amazing versatile piece of cheese. It's not something I'd normally go for because as I'm in the south, well, here in the southwest, and down in Cheeseland, and we like our cheese tasty and sort of bite you back. Well, I do. I don't really know many people that don't. And until you cook it, you're going to think it's really bland. But after it's been cooked, wow, so shocked. Right, so I've got half a can of tomatoes here. The other half I've got in my fridge. And that is going on there. Do you know what I think the whole can is going to be? I gotta be honest, again, I didn't think this was going to be as big as it is, so I'm doing everything in little halves. And oh god, this cooker doesn't stop going. Oh, I really will not miss this cooker. Seriously, I really, like, if you're actually cooking or you tend to host a lot in your house, I really don't advise getting an induction hob. Yeah, they're great for safety, but if I'm honest, I like things to stay on. See, look at that. Let me just show you that. Look at that, how it cleans up the pan really well. I'm debating whether to put the other half of the tomatoes in here. Do you know what? I think I am. I'm back in 1 minute. I'm just going to go get that other half tomato. See? No matter what, it just ends up massive. These are really nice chopped tomatoes. I do like when it's decent canned. Just because you're using chopped tomatoes doesn't mean that they have to taste or look cheap. These taste great and they look like someone's just pulverised tomatoes and just squashed them into a can. Right. So I've ended up using the whole can. Oh, that looks really nice now. That's much better. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that. Well, I'll definitely be having breakfast out of this mass amount tomorrow, which is great. Let's get rid of these stalks. So it almost looks sort of semi-ratatouille-ish, but you're looking at butternut squash, chestnuts and mushrooms, your normal potato, and that's pretty much it, guys. I'm really happy with that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for this to cook off a bit. Let that get nicely heated through. Now what I'm going to do is my fried cheese that I've got here, because I wanted to see this lovely colouring I've got on it here. That is what I wanted. You're not going to get that if I put it straight on there. Also, is the flavour. Once that's heated up a bit, we're going to pop the cheese on the top. Let the cheese slightly warm. This has a really, really high melting point. Excuse me. As you can see, I've had this in the pan, and you can see it's not really melted everywhere. So, brilliant. But if you're using burgers, you want a low melting point because you want it to melt fast and you want the burger to look good. Alright, we'll clear this up a bit. I'm going to talk to you on the way. How was everyone's weekend? Did you have a lovely time? Did you manage to get away? Oh God, look at me here. I'm back. Did you manage to get away, or did you just have a nice day, nice weekend at home? It's a bit hard when you've got the kids going back in, what, just over a week? And it's sort of like, puts it, well, I think financially it's a bit of a strain on everyone there. You've got the kids going back, got a bank holiday coming up, and it's like, I've still got to feed them for a week and a half. But I'm hoping that some of the things I've shared have been helpful, or you've liked the look of them and you're going to give them a try. Guys, if you do like salad and you like all the bits and bobs that go with it, this is a great way of saving some money. As I said, this will probably double up as my breakfast tomorrow with a few little changes. Because I didn't realise it was so large. I didn't think it looked that large when I was cooking it. Oh, that's really good. Alright, that tomato is warming up nicely. Let's clean this off. Water everywhere. If you've got tomatoes in the house, you can make anything. I've got to be honest, this is what that little grocery box has really helped me do. Don't get me wrong, I don't struggle with cooking, but what it does is it's forcing me to use things that normally I wouldn't have the tap running. Forcing me to use things that normally I wouldn't use, and also forcing me to think slightly out the box. And also look at what else can I do with this? How can I make this go further than what I need it to, or even last a lot longer? Right, I'm gonna have a look at this and see how we're getting on. It's mainly the potatoes. Otherwise, potatoes are gonna be really rock hard, and that's normally what I'm waiting to cook. Right, let's go rinse this off. Don't know about you, I like to rinse my cans and everything out. I put them through the dishwasher. I think obviously what it does is it just stops everything smelling. Hate it. And Cara looks like it's like pristine, looking like my glassware going out. I just don't like it. So it'll all go in my dishwasher. Oh. Oh dear. Yeah, as I said guys, this is cheap, cheerful and virtually costs no money. Like a can of top tomatoes. I've not even used a whole butternut squash. I mean a quarter of a half of butternut squash. Half an onion. Some leftover chestnut mushrooms they've gone in. And the only things I really picked up was because I fancied the cheese and I fancied some salami. Right, this looks like it's bubbling away nicely. I'll turn you back, guys. Yeah, you can catch up with me. There we are. Alright. Wow. That is looking pretty good. We can actually turn that down. Oh, you know what? How lucky am I? Just before it cooled. That's so good. Yeah. Oh, good. See, and look, you can actually, oh, for God's sake. Right, go, stay on. You can actually see how clean this pan is coming up really well. I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah. And then to this. Now that is. Do you know what? I might need a little bit of salt in that, but we're doing alright. We're going to leave that to cook. Those potatoes are still a little bit hard. Oh. And this is just some quick, easy. Obviously, if you like tomatoes and things, yeah, you're well away. I like tomatoes, I like butternut squash, and I like salami. Oh, and everything else I put in it. So, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave this. Cook. I'm going to leave this cheese that I've grilled to gently warm up. I get a lovely flavour back. Yeah, it's definitely a bit much in it. I'll put that over there. There we are. Brilliant. And that's it, guys. Yeah, it's a one pot wonder, one pan. I'm quite happy with that. Smells great. And I got breakfast for tomorrow. And I think what I might do is just heat it back up. Either crack my eggs on top, or I might have poached eggs. But all in all, I'm going to leave that to cook a bit more. So as I said, those potatoes, a little bit hard at the moment. I'm going to leave that on there. And that's it, we're done. I'm going to, obviously as I said, I'm going to leave that to cook away, because potatoes are still a little bit hard and really not sort of falling apart and mushing. But what I'm hoping it is the tomatoes are going to soften them up nicely, and I'm going to have a nice meal. Quick, easy, tasty, and costs nothing, guys. And this, as I said, this is going to be my breakfast tomorrow. Change the cheese for some eggs. Maybe cook some toast to dip in it. Sounds really good already. I'm going to go and get myself sorted. I need a drink. I really appreciate every single one of you for popping in. Thanks for your messages. Thanks for saying hi. And I'll leave you with my sort of semi-ratatouille type thing mix. But there's no veg in it for a ratatouille. Well, there's veg in it. It's just root veg. That is good. It looks like meat. You think it's meat, but it's just not meat. There is a little bit of meat in it, and that's only just because it's in cubes. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to go have something to eat. I'm starving. I really hope you enjoyed this bit. But any questions, send me a message. Any of the recipes, send me a message if you'd like to know what's in them. But have a lovely evening, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week. Only 3 days to go, so don't worry about it. And then we're back to the weekend. I'll see you soon. And I really hope you had a lovely bank holiday and a restful one. Take care, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.